Welcome to my show, Reflection. You are over here with Sarithia, and you are in with my crew. And you know how we do, baby. You know how I do when I pull up with my crew. Roll up and pull up. We talking about breaking the dome, Reflection. They said, Saritha, what you talking about? Breaking the dome, Reflection. I already told you, hit the like and subscribe button because we are about to go down this rabbit hole. Let me turn my music down to my spaceship so you can hear what I got to say. Okay, now with that being said, hit the like and subscribe button because it lets everybody know I have officially landed and I got my whole crew with me. And you know how we do. We can't stay over here too long, Reflection. Now, I can't be over here but a little pinch of a minute, not a whole minute, just a little pinch of a minute, okay, Reflection? So, with that being said, these videos are to strike a thought, Reflection. It's to strike a thought. You don't have to believe what Sarithia say. You don't got to believe what T say, Reflection. But as long as you strike a thought, you can just think about Reflection. If you go do you like, I don't believe shit she over there talking about a dome or none of that. Let me go do a little research because I know she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Doing that research, Reflection, I guarantee you learn something. Even if it ain't about the dome or none of that shit, you're going to learn something. So it's a win-win situation. I told you, I love you. So with that being said, Reflection, hold on. See. Hey y'all, get the technology together. Now listen, we ain't been over here but a little milliliter of a second. Get it together now. Get it together. Because I ain't landed my spaceship all the way yet. And we on a full tank tonight. I'm fully prepared. I got all my H2O up in my spaceship. We can be over here a little minute, Reflection. I'm gonna take my time with you tonight, Reflection, or today whenever you hit this video. Now, with that being said, I don't know if any of y'all have heard about Operation Fishbowl. Now, Operation Fishbowl is actually an operation that was created by the government, Reflection, to where they were actually sending certain missiles and create nuclear bombs, allegedly, Reflection, to penetrate the dome. To penetrate the dome, they was trying to see how low can it go. Can it go down low all the way to the floor? Reflection, they was trying to break the dome. They was trying to escape. That's what I mean. What else is you trying to break it for, baby? Why are you trying to fuck with the dome? I don't know, Reflection. Is it even a dome? First of all, we got to see, is it a dome before we even get to them breaking a dome? Let's see, what is a dome? What is a dome? You get what I'm saying, Reflection? Y'all like, Tarithia, what are you even talking about? The earth is a globe, baby. Where the fuck is the dome at? What are you talking about, Tarithia? That's why I'm over here, Reflection, because I know you be busy and you probably don't know about Operation Fishbowl. Okay, so all of this is about to come together. It's gonna come together why they even called it Operation Fishbowl. Think about when a fish try to jump out, Reflection. That's why you gotta keep a top on it. Yes, see, I told you it all come together now, don't it? Listen.
I personally believe that we live under a dome, and here are some of the reasons why. Number one, the book of Genesis. I'm not even a fan of controlled religion, but I am a fan of ancient texts and ancient codes. In Genesis, it says there's a firmament separating the waters from the waters, and the sun and moon is inside the firmament. So with that being said, whenever I see a halo around the sun, this halo is a reflection of the dome. That's what I'll be thinking. Number two, rainbows. Rainbows make this shape because of the dome. And number three, Operation Fishbowl. They did an operation where they sent multiple high altitude weapons to try to break the dome. You can go look into it yourself. Next, they make movies and subliminals about breaking domes. Chicken Little, King Kong, Hunger Games, The Simpsons when he hit the ball into the dome. And keep in mind that television is how they program your brain. Next, the ice wall. Since we're in a dome, there's an ice wall surrounding us, and each enclosed system has its own ice wall.
Hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. We just trying to go down this rabbit hole, trying to see what is Operation Fishbowl. We trying to see where the fish, what was they trying to go, and why would they even name it Operation Fishbowl? Reflection, what's going on? Is it a coincidence?
We're living on the flat earth with the dome, the firmament. As we start to look around us, we start to wake up, our eyes open, maybe that third eye opens, we start to understand, wow, this isn't what I thought it was. Maybe instead of being a worthless blob of goo that came from nothing and then developing into apes that were oohing and ahhing and then eating bananas like a bunch of idiots, maybe instead of that, we actually are the center of the universe. Maybe we are special. In fact, maybe there is unbelievable evidence of creation, but the government has decided to hide that from you. Why? Why is there so much misinformation? Why is there a giant disinformation campaign going on right now when it comes to things like flat Earth? Are my eyes lying to me? Or can I trust what I'm actually seeing? But Christopher, the Earth is a globe. I was told that when I was 1 year old. They said, look, this is a globe. Isn't it interesting? It's one of the first things that you're actually taught. The Earth isn't flat, it's a globe. Even though for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, they thought that the Earth was flat. Oh, but Christopher, we have all these images of outer space that show that the Earth is a sphere. Really? Where do the images come from? NASA. Oh, you mean the same NASA that is our government, our secretive breakaway government that hasn't been back to the moon since the 1960s. That NASA? Have you ever seen it with your own eyes?
All right, Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. We ain't saying shit, but you get what I'm saying? We just trying to see what's beyond the dome, okay? Or is there even really a dome, Reflection?
In the beginning, God created the heavens, and the earth, the earth.
And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And God called the firmament heaven. And God called the firmament heaven.
The one who builds his upper chambers in the heavens and has founded his vaulted dome over the earth, vaulted dome over the earth, vaulted dome over the earth. Praise him, highest heavens, and the waters that are above the heavens. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for he commanded and they were created.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
What glass ceiling is she talking about, Reflection? What ceiling is Hillary talking about? Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. I didn't even say it. Hillary said it.
So you still think you're living on a globe and there isn't an impenetrable barrier above your head? That's cute. That's cute. But I'm here to tell you, it's time to grow up, Peter Pan. Today I want to give you some pretty good evidence that there is a dome above your head. And I want to talk to you about a little something called Operation Fishbowl that was done by your United States government. You see, in 1962, the United States government was sending up high-altitude nuclear tests. Well, I don't really believe in nuclear, but they were sending up powerful missiles. And supposedly, they were testing out what these missiles would do to the atmosphere. But I know what they were really doing. They were testing the strength of the dome above us. And it's funny that they call it Operation Fishbowl. Why would that be? Why would that be? And another name for it? Operation Dominic? Well, do you know what Dominic means? Dominic literally translates to lordly or belonging to God. So they were sending up missiles to test the strength of God's firmament. Now, if you go and research Operation Fishbowl on your own, you can pull up this exact footage that I got that I want to show you compared to a slow motion bullet. So I want you to watch these two. Operation Fishbowl on the left, slow motion bullet on the right. Now this just isn't exploding in the middle of the atmosphere. This is clearly hitting something, just like this bullet is clearly hitting something. And if this isn't enough evidence for you, I'm going to continue to show you that there's a barrier and there's water above. Literally on page 1 of the Bible it says, "And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Now what could that mean? Oceans below us. How is this firmament dividing us from waters unless there's waters above? I love providing things that you can go research yourself. This is a SpaceX rocket. You can go find this yourself. And it went up and up and up and up and up. And it finally it zoomed way in, and you can see that it looks like it's scraping against something. How would this happen if it just happens to be, 60 miles up going to space? It literally looks like it's scraping against something and maybe hitting some sort of water barrier. Because I think there's frozen oxygen up there that would potentially have some water vapors. And then there's the dome, and then there's more water above. I've shown this in some other videos, but this is called the lunar wave. Again, you can go research this yourself. This is a real thing that occurs. It's been captured dozens and dozens of times. Does that look like anything but water to you? It's not gas, it's not the camera. There's fluid above the dome. And I love.
All right, Reflection, hit the like and subscribe button. We over here talking about breaking of the dome. What do you think? Is this all just a conspiracy? Are they on to something, Reflection? And if they are trying to break the dome, why are they trying to break it? No, before we even figure out why they're trying to break a dome, if there is a dome allegedly, why would we need a dome? Why was the dome even put there in the first place?
Can somebody explain this shit to me? There's something going on over here, right? But the sun is over here setting right now. The sun is over there setting. What the fuck is that?
Now, Reflection. When the sun is setting, I be seeing some strange activities myself. I was like, wait a minute. It literally, have you ever seen the movies, how the curtains are closed and shit? But imagine the curtains going down, Reflection. That's what it be looking like to me. It just don't be looking real, Reflection. I don't know.
That goes to show.
That's actually insane. I gotta get a video so I can.
It's real. Because look at the end of that. All over there. Clear, boom. Touching the sky and the ground.
Yep, that's exactly what I be looking at. It looks something just like that right there, Reflection. Drop in the comments to let me know. Have you ever seen something that look like this, and do this shit look real to you, Reflection?
That goes to show.
That's actually insane. I gotta get a video so I can.
It's real. Because look at the end of that. All over there. Clear, boom. Touching the sky.
Or is it all just a coincidence, Reflection? Have we just rolled up and pulled up too much? Is that what it is? That's what somebody out there heard them say that? Yes, you did say that. You said we done rolled up and pulled up too much and we over here tripping. This ain't got nothing to do with a firmament. Ain't no such thing as a dome, and the earth ain't flat. That's what they said. I heard them, Reflection.
The Simpsons movie told you that we live under a dome, and I'm going to show you how true that is. Here's another video of The Simpsons showing you that we live under the dome or the firmament, and that there is waters above the firmament. See, he cracked the sky, and the waters come down from above. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. Genesis 1:7. This is why our skies are blue. This is why we can see the moon, and we can see blue behind the moon. Think about this. We can see blue behind the moon, but the moon is supposed to be way out in outer space. It doesn't make sense. The moon is within the firmament. All of our ancient ancestors knew that we live under the firmament. I used to see this all the time when I lived out west. The sun is reflecting off all sides of the firmament, just like you see up top here. Here is the place where the sun never sets. You can see it 24 hours a day because the sun is rotating around our stationary, non-rotating Earth. I'm going to show you here a rocket that they try to send into space hits the firmament. I'm going to cut this video up. Here's the second part. You can see how flat the horizon stays the whole entire time. And here's the third part of it smashing into the firmament because we can't go past it. The fact that we cannot replicate rainbows inside without some sort of a prism means that they are reflecting off the firmament. A double rainbow is even more evidence of this because the double rainbow's colors are actually inverted from these ones, which only means it is reflecting off something. I am literally just scratching the surface on all the evidence there is that we live under God's firmament. If you want me to make more videos on this, let it.
Well, if they're saying it's true, I'm just being a devil's advocate, Reflection. If as above, so below. If they're saying it's true, everything as above is also so below. So below is nothing but water. What is mostly covered on this planet, Reflection, is water. Have you ever looked in a pond? Have you ever looked in a bowl of water? Anything, it reflects, don't it? You see your reflections, don't you? Just think about it. Just think.
Sundogs are undeniable evidence that we live under God's dome, and I am going to prove it. Now, first of all, you need to understand how the sun moves on the flat earth model. This is the Gleason's map, the real map of the world. A map that is both scientifically and practically correct. Now, this is how the sun rotates around our flat, stationary, non-rotating Earth. And in the bottom right corner of the map, you'll see the June solstice while the sun is rotating more towards the North Pole. This is when we experience summer, and this is exactly what that would look like. Now, during the winter months, the sun rotates more south, and this is exactly what that looks like. Now, you guys can actually validate this yourself. In the summertime, go see where the sun sets. And in the wintertime, go look where it sets. It will set much further south. This is the definition of science, something that is observable, measurable, and repeatable. Now, sundogs only happen in the winter. Now, let's pretend that the flame is the sun, and this is the dome or the firmament that's been mentioned hundreds of times in the Bible, the Quran, our ancient ancestors mentioned it in religious texts, and so on and so forth. And we're gonna show you when the sun moves towards the south, it creates the sundog. As the flame is moved closer to the dome, there's the sundogs. Does that look familiar to you guys? Quite literally, all of our ancestors try to tell us that we live under God's firmament, and you mindless zombies literally believe what NASA puts out. Research the flat earth and the firmament. You have been lied to your whole entire life. Peace and love.
Remember, Reflection, everything over here is alleged. This is just what he heard up the street, right block, up the corner now. Do your own research. Do your own research, Reflection. I'm just telling you, shit, I done rolled up 2 times and pulled up once, 1.5, Reflection. Before I even came over here, you know you got to do your own research when you over here with T.
The dome is opening.
What's really going on, Reflection? That looked like a little reflection to me.
The Simpsons may have predicted that we are living under the dome of the firmament. In a memorable episode of The Simpsons, the family stumbles upon a profound secret related to the concept of the firmament, a term often mentioned in religious texts like the Bible. The episode takes an unexpected turn during a baseball game featuring the Simpson family. When a character dressed as Santa Claus throws a baseball to a baseball player, he smashes the baseball so hard that it soars high into the sky, breaking through the seemingly solid layer of the firmament. What follows is truly astonishing. Water pours down from the sky, as if a hidden reservoir above had been breached. Coincidentally, the Bible also mentions the firmament. It is said in Genesis 1:6-8, "And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters."
Now, y'all can't pick what you want to believe out the book and what you don't. If you gonna believe, I don't want to hear it. I'm not gonna listen at that. Because y'all be the main ones talking about it's not a dome, it's not a firmament, it ain't none of that. Well, then, Reflection, they said it's in that book. It's in the book too, Reflection. What is really going on?
See how fast it goes? Just like, let's go, man.
They tried to play, Reflection. You seen how that thing curved. You seen it did a curve. My thing is, if it started going up straight, why it didn't keep going up straight? Why did it curve? That's all I want to know. I ain't said nothing. I don't need you to answer any other question. You know how you ask somebody one question, then they want to answer every other question, but the original question, don't explain nothing to me. Don't give me no scientific big words or none of that shit. Explain to me why when this rocket went up, it did a curve, it did a little 360, it did a 90-degree angle. Why is that? Explain it to me.
Like I say, in 1945, the reptilians, they realized that they couldn't break the dome. All them missiles they always shoot when they show you NASA sending fucking
You knew I couldn't play the music in the background, Reflection, but you got the gist. So if you ever want to know why, the original question allegedly was, why would there be a dome in place in the beginning? Why do you need a dome, Reflection? It is alleged to keep certain beings within. That's what it is. That's what I heard. That's what they were saying on Mars. Because I asked before I came over here, because they said y'all be lying and shit over here on Earth. Y'all be creating illusions. So I had to get some extra information before I came over here, and that's what they said.
1955, Operation Deep Freeze. This is just an expansion of High Jump, where more research bases are added to Antarctica. Fast forward a little more, 1958. NASA is established, followed by the proposal of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, and the implementation of it in 1961. The treaty basically puts Antarctica off limits to civilians, with the exception of guided tours that are carefully supervised. In 1962, Operation Fishbowl takes place. Now, this is where people start thinking that they found the firmament or dome during Operation High Jump or Operation Deep Freeze, because for some reason, they started firing nuclear missiles straight up as if trying to mess with the firmament somehow. And not to mention the name of the project, Fishbowl, easily symbolic for the enclosed nature of our world.
What do you think's going on with that?
Okay, Reflection. So a lot of people is like, why would they call it Operation Fishbowl? Okay, remember, Operation Fishbowl is when they was trying to break the dome, Reflection. Think about a fishbowl. Inside a fishbowl, what do the fish, if ain't nothing on top of it, what they gonna do? They gonna eventually gonna try to jump up out of there, ain't they, Reflection?
Nike Hercules. Stripey XM33. 4. Johnston Island.
Imagine the US government detonating nuclear bombs in space. Did you know about Operation Fishbowl? A top-secret Cold War mission in 1962, part of the larger Operation Dominic. The goal? Test high-altitude nuclear explosions. 5 tests were conducted, with the highest reaching 400 kilometers above Earth. These tests created dazzling auroras and radioactive mess. But here's a twist. Some believe the operation aimed to ignite the atmosphere, or even break through the so-called filament. Luckily, the Limited Test Ban Treaty was signed in 1963, banning nuclear tests in the atmosphere, outer space, and underwater.
Just think though, Reflection. Now, imagine all the shit they doing, and it is allegedly a dome in place. Imagine if it wasn't a dome. Just imagine if the fish could jump out of the bowl and just jump back in the bowl. When a fish jump out of the bowl, what usually happens, Reflection? I'm just sitting here thinking, just think about it. The top could be on there for a reason. It could be for your baby. It could, because if you jump out of it, you could end up like the fish.
If you look at the last sentence in the first paragraph, it says, the Thor missile was used to lift warheads into near space to conduct high-altitude nuclear explosion tests. These shots were collectively called Operation Fishbowl. So what happened was the government, when they started making missiles that were powerful enough that they thought they could break through the sea of glass, they, during the Cold War, used the Cold War as a tactic for exploding high-altitude missiles to try and break through what they already knew was the dome on the Earth. And actually what happens, if you read the rest of the article, these missiles would hit up at a certain altitude, and then light would shine all the way to the other hemisphere. And the reason that was is because they were hitting that glass, and the glass was reflecting it all the way across the sky. It's not some globe Earth where they're just trying. Why would they just shoot a missile in the air to see how high it can blow up?
Just think about it, Reflection. All you gotta do is just think a reflection. You ain't even got to think that hard. Just think a little pinch. Just a little pinch.
So there's a lot of insane topics on the conspiracy iceberg, but one of the most interesting has to be Operation Fishbowl, which, if you don't know, was a real thing that happened in 1962, where the United States did a series of high-altitude nuclear tests. And the reason they did this is because they had no idea what was going to happen. Crazy thing is, that guy right there, Oppenheimer, the creator of the nuke, was terrified that a high-altitude detonation could cause a mass extinction by lighting the entire atmosphere on fire, which thankfully didn't happen. A conspiracy theory about this operation is that some believe it was an attempt to break through the firmament that some believe exists. Another cool thing is
reflection. Hit the like and subscribe button. You remember in the other video when them extraterrestrials, what I say, them extraterrestrials told them about fucking with the dome, allegedly, and about fucking with them nuclear missiles and shooting down they UFOs and shit. Reflection, didn't they tell them? See, reflection, they hard head and shit. Hit the like and subscribe button. You are over here with Tarika. We talking about Operation Fishbowl.
As you can see on the left, I got footage of pool water when light hits pool water. And on your right, a star being filmed by an amateur camera with a good zoom. You can see it is the same exact thing, and it goes to show you water above the firmament. Now we have the sky, we got the firmament, water's above the firmament, and above that is God. God's light shining through the water above, through the firmament, and that's why we see what we see. And then you have organizations like NASA and SpaceX, etc., shooting rockets up into the firmament, trying to break through, knowing damn well they will never break through the firmament.
He said he don't even know why they wasting their damn time up there just shooting through a glass that won't penetrate. Reflection. That's what he said. We are over here talking about Operation Fishbowl. We are over here talking about, is there really a dome? Is there really this thing called the firmament? And if so, why was it in place? And throughout these videos, we have come to the conclusion that if there is a dome, allegedly, we ain't saying it is, we ain't saying it ain't, because we done rolled 3 times of reflection. We are saying if there is a dome in place, it's to keep certain beings within. And for good reason, sound like, because reflection, just imagine all the destructive shit they doing inside the dome. What do you think they would do if they got outside the dome? Reflection. With that being said, you over here with my crew. Remember to go do your own research. You are over here with Tarithia. I be rolling up and pulling up, so therefore you have to go do your own research. Reflection, you get what I'm saying? You can't get all the way in the spaceship. You just gotta get a little something off the spaceship. Don't jump in the spaceship now, because my crew right here, they may push you up out of here, because you gotta be from Mars to get in the spaceship. Just pick a little bit up off the spaceship and go run with it. Until next time.